be yourself.
Personally, obviously, man did that on purpose, innit? You get me? Personally, I think, you should always start a podcast spontaneously without any intro music. Fucking intro. The amount of podcasts I've listened to that have cheesy, cringy like intro music. It's just like, I'm not interested.
Trust me, I'll just get straight to the
Just
point.
get into it, bro.
Man doesn't have time for no 2-minute intro, man.
Especially when a podcast is like an hour and a half long. Nah, cut that 2 minute out. Intro and highlights and whatever. Get straight into the nitty gritty bit of it.
You done diddly know.
Word. Now, we finally got into this. This is the first podcast where we've had to restart twice because we didn't like the intro.
Yeah, man.
Call us fake because that's effectively what it is. So yeah, not genuine today, but will be in the future.
For sure.
For show. How's everyone doing, man? What's the vibes? I always, every single time I start a podcast, I can feel the vibe straight away, and I feel like today, the vibes is electrifying.
Swear down.
I feel mad pumped.
I feel mellow vibes.
Do you feel really? It's not a Sunday though. You can't feel Sunday vibes on a Saturday night. Oh, I'm ready, fam. I'm ready.
It's not like I do anything on a Saturday night. It's just my Saturdays are the same as Sundays. They don't differ at all.
Fair enough. So all year round, you're just feeling mellow then.
That's just me, innit?
Cool. Well, let's try and get into a nice, excited vibe. Like sort of Christmas vibes, because Christmas is only 3 days away. But obviously we don't celebrate Christmas. Bruv, it does not feel like Christmas is around the corner.
That's what
Legit.
I'm saying, man. Maybe because we don't celebrate.
Even still, not every year you do. I feel like personally, you only feel Christmas vibes when you watch movies on TV. And I haven't watched television in a solid year.
That's where it is. It's the TV.
Because you got Toy Story,
Home Alone.
you got Home Alone, you got all of these things, all of these movies, like all these Santa movies.
Trust me.
And go on, I saw your lips moving, so I know you want to say something.
No, I'm just gonna name some classic Christmas movies.
Go on.
We know about Elf.
Yeah, of
My
course.
Buddy,
Bro, Elf is up there with Home Alone,
Trust me.
Elf is joint. I can't pick whether it's Home Alone or Elf. Because Elf is a
too,
classic. Nah, I don't rate Grinch.
The Grinch?
Nah, I don't rate it.
Oh.
Shall I be honest with you? I haven't watched the full movie.
There's a new one coming out.
Yeah, I know. I saw it on the cinema listings. I had a look today.
That's a must.
Because man got a special deal cinema 2 for £7.
Jeez, Orange Wednesdays.
No, big man thinks this is all week round. 2 cinema tickets for £7. Odeon. That shut you up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're paying, then.
Yeah, but it's £7 for 2. Usually one ticket is like £10.50.
Bro, Put Locker is free. Put Locker.
You still use that website?
Yeah.
I thought that was blocked years ago.
But there's like different variations of it.
Yeah.
So there's there's also an app.
There's movie. What's that? Oh, fam, what's that?
Movie Box.
Everyone uses Movie Box, but
It's the best.
every time I use it, 2 days later it just dies.
No, because you don't know how to do all that hacker stuff in it. You need to download a separate app to keep it from what's it called? Retracting the.
Or even on the phone.
Yeah.
Because I can, brother, if I'm watching a movie, slyly I do want to watch it on my phone. Because if I'm in bed, I don't want to have my laptop in front of me. Like I want to lie down in a certain angle.
See, man like me, I can't do that because man's still on the iPhone 5.
Wow.
And the screen is
No,
microscopic.
you got an upgrade recently though. What is it?
It's the 5 SE. It's the same phone, but with.
Jeez, you're moving up.
Bro, I've had this phone like 6 different times.
People who
I've
have
broken it.
a phone that is older than the iPhone 6 are forcing the hippie image.
Bro, I'm telling you, this iPhone 5 can do anything.
But you only carry that phone for fashion.
Are you mad?
Oh, look at me! I still got an
Fashion?
old phone. I'm so retro.
Are you
I'm so cool, guys.
Bro, I'll get a Nokia flip phone if that was the case.
Nah, fam, you're forcing the sell. I'm
Bro,
not
I'm
buying
just
it.
broken it. Let me live, bro. Let me have my iPhone.
Nah.
5,
The trend ain't working, fam. The trend ain't working no more.
Bro, it's not
Just
even a
jump
trend.
on the iPhone X or the Samsung 9 or something like that.
Bro, I'm not paying over $1,000 for a phone.
So
a
how much
telephone.
are you paying? How much are you paying for your?
This is like less than 200.
Wait, a month.
I don't pay anything a month. This is
What?
pay as you go.
Yo, so how you do for internet?
Oh yeah, I get like 200 megabytes a month.
Oh my.
But that's like one YouTube video
Yo,
and it's gone.
bruv.
So I have to turn it on and off.
How'd you live? How'd you live?
I have to be mad careful for when I turn it on and off. This one time,
Go on.
I forgot to turn it off and I was using it like it was Wi-Fi at home. I was so peed off.
That's
man.
the worst one when you're actually in a place of Wi-Fi and you're using your data. Anyway, it's calm for a man like me. I get 8 GB. So.
Alright, send me some.
Can you imagine if you could actually send people your data? That'd be a cool idea.
Trust. Or battery percentage. Like, let's say I'm
Nah,
on.
that's like 50 years down the line, fam. In fact, even 50 years down the line, they're never going to be able to sort out the battery problem. The battery problem... Do you know, I've got to a stage here where I'm used to... Anywhere that I'm sitting, be it at work or at home, my phone's always plugged into the charger.
I need to get one of those portable ones.
Dead. It'll fuck up your phone. It'll mess up your battery life.
Trust. Mine's already messed up anyway, so
I've really got into the bad habit of charging my phone constantly. Like, I'll charge my phone, leave it on charge at least 5 times a day. It's like a daily ritual. In the car, when I go to work in the car, when I'm at work, plugged in when I'm doing my work. When I come home, straight away I plug it into my home charger.
Yep. But you know when you're charging your phone?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is with Android, but with iPhones, once your phone hits 100%, it cuts off any like electricity going into the phone.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, sometimes I leave my phone all night.
So it's completely safe to leave it on.
I don't know about that. Nothing's really safe these days when it comes to technology. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. Oh, how are you feeling today, man? I'm excited. Do you ever get nervous before recording a podcast?
Kind of.
I get nervous.
Because I know this is going online. I'm like,
I don't get nervous because of that. I just get nervous because I don't know. It's like the anticipation of waiting a whole week to record a podcast, and I slightly don't want it to be a flop as well.
Oh, so I only knew today. No, when did you tell me? Yesterday.
No, bro, I've been telling you for a whole week.
No, but when did I confirm?
You didn't even confirm. I messaged you today and I asked you when you coming, and I was praying. I was crossing all my fingers, and I was like, please. And then you were like, yeah, what time, bro? What time? I was
Man's
like, yes.
here, innit?
Got
See,
him in
man
the
like
bag.
me, I'm a bit spontaneous with it. So
Yeah.
I can cancel like last minute.
Yeah, don't do that with me, bro. I'll rip your head off.
Trust.
Anyway, I forgot to tell you. I was telling you at home actually, but the house that I'm moving to, in my bedroom, because I'm gonna be living up in the attic. They're gonna extend it, and it's gonna be so big that they're gonna turn it into 2 rooms.
Jeez.
So not 2 rooms, but it's gonna be like a master bedroom and then like a small little room where you can effectively use it as a study space.
Turn it into another bathroom or something.
No, I'm putting a bathroom. It's gonna be en suite, so there's gonna be a bathroom in there as well.
Jeez.
Master bedroom, and I'm building a studio in there.
A studio as in like
Podcast
recording
studio.
studio. Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna have like a little room. It's gonna be padded off. It's gonna have soundproof walls, green screen, table, mics, cameras. Fam, 2019.
Bare creativity.
It's gonna be mad. We're gonna take this podcast thing to a next level. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tomato Podcast, episode 18.
Jeez. 18.
Mad.
Wow.
How has time flown by this quickly? Bro, we're on episode 18, you know. On Wednesday, it's going to be episode 19. That's right. You heard me say it. We're going to be recording an episode on Wednesday. Why are we recording an episode on Wednesday?
Because it's Christmas holidays, isn't it?
No.
You got more time.
Well, yeah, basically. That's the reason why. But
New Year's special.
End
podcast.
of year special, my guy.
Jeez.
So on Wednesday, we're going to record an episode 9. On episode 19, it's going to be the summary, the end of 2018 episode, where we're going to go through all of the not all of them, but all of the main trending topics throughout the whole year. Chat about them a little bit. And yeah, man, it should be fun. Talk about our goals as well for 2019, our top highlights for 2018 as well.
Jeez.
If you're available this Wednesday, please jump on. Are you available this Wednesday?
I have to confirm like
Oh my.
2 hours before.
Alright. Well, I know. At least I know I could always rely on Nahia, innit? Nahia's definitely confirmed.
What
Wait,
a guy,
I don't even
mate,
know
what
if it's
a guy.
confirmed, fam. I need to. Bruh. Nahia might not even be
You
available
might be doing
on
this
Wednesday.
by yourself.
Nah, actually, it's fine. I've got an emergency guest as well. I've got my regular female guest. She's been on it twice. I forgot what alias name that she used last time,
Was
but
it Julie? Pretty sure it was Amy.
Man said Julie. I don't know. Maybe I'll get someone new. Who knows? Who knows, fam? The direction that we're taking is so spontaneous, and you know, we're moving up in the world. You know what I mean?
Trust
So,
me, mate.
Bruv,
Lovely,
I'm
lovely.
super excited for 2019. We got a lot of shit that we're doing. I'm actually, and you know you're taking shit to the next level when you take out the notebook.
That's it, mate.
When you dedicate a notebook for a specific purpose, that's when you know you're taking shit serious.
I need to start doing it.
Bruv, I've got a notebook specifically for the Tomato Podcast.
Do you have like your own diary, secret diary writing?
No, it's not a diary, it's just a notebook. It's got like a list of things that I need to do.
Oh, snap. Thought
So-
you're one of those weirdos, isn't it?
Mm,
Write about the day. Today.
believe when I was younger, I
I
did attempt to
stepped in
keep
a
a
puddle.
diary. I did attempt to keep a diary when I was younger, but it only lasted for like 5 days. And I read it
Oh,
back
mate.
like last year or something, and it was the cringiest shit ever. The amount of
Must
crushes I
have
had
been
when I
mad.
was younger, fam.
Oh my days. It's all coming out. Oh.
If I ever make it in life, I will sell it on eBay for about 100 grand, hopefully. It's got some pretty
You want to expose that information?
cringy secrets in it. But I was like 7 years old, so it's like, I had pretty neat handwriting though. It's so funny, like my handwriting's just gone nasty as I've grown up.
Mate, my handwriting hasn't changed since nursery. I swear to God. Oh, mate.
I can't write. I've actually forgotten how to write.
I'm so used to just typing on the computer.
Do you know what fucked up for me? In year 9, yeah, I started seeing man like writing but not joined up. And you know my whole life I've been writing joined up.
That's
And
when,
I thought, let me try not writing joined up because it seems more adult-like.
that's when the game changed.
Bruv, whole game changer, fam. I forgot how to do joined up. I didn't know how to do writing without joining up. I merged both of them together, and it was like a
Oi,
recipe for disaster.
Why do teachers and doctors have the worst handwriting you've
Nah,
ever seen?
I don't think so. What, the squiggles?
Yeah, fam. It's
Bruv, I
like,
wish I could write in squiggly writing.
bro, you would think they would have like the neatest of handwriting. Because you want to know what type of medication to get from the heart pharmacy.
What I don't understand is how can you read your squiggly writing? Because it's literally just lines of
Exactly,
like
fam.
you know when you go to a hospital and someone's what's that ultrasound or whatever they've got the screen and it's
Yeah.
got the little lines going up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The, what's it called? Heart monitor.
Yeah. Extreme example. Anyway, that was just such a bad example. But
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
we're going off point a little bit. How's your week been, bro? By the way, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Rico back.
Rico
Can we get a round
Suave.
of applause?
Suave. Thank you. Thanks
Sooner,
for
one of
having me.
these days, I'm gonna have a soundboard and it will have a round of applause and everything. So,
Yeah.
but
that'd
up
be
until
nice.
that day, we're gonna have to just use our imagination. Round of applause. Yeah, look at that.
I'm
Lovely.
tapping on my fire.
What is this? Your third episode back?
I've
On the
been
show?
on bare episodes.
No, bro. This is your third episode. No,
Third
this is,
episode out of 18.
that's
No, you're taking it. I've been on like at least 70%.
nah. You haven't. This is your fourth episode. I'd say. I think
Fourth?
it's your fourth episode.
Only?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, bro. You need to make more of an effort, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try.
I need to see the attendance. Rising slowly.
Yeah.
Because right now you're at the minute you're like a, I would rank you as a like semi-professional.
Semi-pro.
You're
I'll
semi-pro
take
at the
that,
minute.
I'll take that any day.
So you've passed amateur stage. You're semi-pro. The next stage is professional, and then elite. And obviously to reach elite,
Are you just naming FIFA difficulties?
yes, yes.
I'm trying to get on that ultimate. Legendary.
Trust me, bro. How can you go from legendary to ultimate? Fam? Have you played in ultimate before?
No. I'm not that good, bro.
I
calm down.
I used to play in legendary.
That's a lie.
What?
Amateur. You're on an amateur thing.
Oh my god, man. Why do you always hate? Like, you've got a really bad habit of not accepting when someone's better than you, especially when they've beaten you 90% of the time. And I know exactly what you're gonna say. Go on, say it.
So you're not gonna mention the fact that I literally beat you before this
I
podcast?
knew you were gonna say that, bro. You beat
I
me on
literally
pens.
just beat you, fam.
You beat me on pens.
So I outplayed you the whole game.
Are you mad, bro? Listen to
I
me.
outplayed you.
Listen to me. Both of my goals are better than yours.
Lies. Actually,
Yes. Your goals were fucking booky, my friend. They were so jammy.
a goal is a goal, mate.
Oh my god.
It's a goal-oriented
Listen,
game, mate.
furthermore, you've got FIFA at your house now, yeah? You've
Yeah.
been banging it out day and night. I expected you to be better than me.
Kind of. I still beat you, though, so.
On pens.
Yeah.
You
Why
can't
do
claim
people?
that as a victory.
Why do
right?
people say that? Man?
Well, I don't understand why people claim. How can you claim a victory on pens? If that was me, I wouldn't count that as a victory. I'd be like, nah.
Alright, rematch then.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's
and then
more
we'll
like it.
update the audience on the next
Exactly.
podcast.
I mean, when we get big, hopefully we'll get an audience and people will be able to vote. We'll have polls in it.
Yo,
We need to record a live game
a live broadcast.
because
but
I need to be able to display how dead you are.
I've been playing since FIFA 98.
So how can you still be so dead?
I'm not. You're just hating.
What?
I'm
Oh my
not dead.
Bro, the amount of excuses every game. Oh, the camera angle's different. Oh, these controllers feel a bit weird. Nah. Come on, bro. Come on.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Anyway, how's your week been? Talk to me. What have you been up to?
Alright, so obviously the start of my Christmas holidays.
Yep.
So I've been chilling, man. I haven't left the house. I've been pretty ill as well, so.
Right.
I've
Are
been
you
unable
feeling?
to
Are you
do-
feeling better? I mean, why have you been so ill? What's the matter with you?
Stomach bug, innit?
Stomach bug.
Yeah, like I don't want to go into too much detail.
No. Let's hear it, man. Come on. What did you eat? Like,
But
what's
I had
been
to
your
drop
experience?
a couple bombs in the toilet
Wow.
before I
TMI, bro.
met up with you.
I didn't know you were gonna go into it that quickly, bro. Rah, like, we'll stop it right there because I don't think anyone needs to imagine.
Oh, mate, they're gonna need to call a plumber and drain.
Wow.
Oh, mate.
All right. I guess we can move on to how my week's been.
Yeah, what's your week, Sam, mate? Sorry, mate. I always forget to ask. How
Yeah,
inconsiderate
very
of
rude.
me.
What can I say? So obviously me, I've had there's actually only one thing that I want to talk about, and it's the fact that I got robbed, which was
Yeah.
very sad
was
actually.
very sad.
I didn't really have any other actually I finished work yesterday, so I'm officially on holidays, except it doesn't really feel like I'm on holiday because I'm self-employed, so it's like I'm still going to be working in the holidays, but it's like the working hours are finished, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I hear you.
Rah. Open the door slowly.
I think I can hear you still through the.
Can they?
I mean, we can hear them.
Oh.
I mean, we can hear them. Are they speaking to us? Did it just?
Yeah, bro.
It's cool. Leave it.
Nah, bro. What do you mean leave it, fam? Is there a mark?
No. It's cool. I pull up the window, fam.
Nah,
It's
fam. Is
cold.
there a fucking mark, bro? My man just hit the car, you know.
Oh, he's got kids, fam. Leave it.
Nah. If he's left a mark on the door, I need to sort that out, fam. He needs to pay for it.
Bro, I didn't.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, fam, that's a bit mad, fam. Like, sorry, bro, you can't just violate a man's car like this. Come on, man. I don't have that much money to replace the car.
Did he actually scrape your car?
What's up? Nothing. All right, cool.
Told you, bro.
Fucking
Told you, bro.
I was gonna say something, but I just realized we're live recording.
Pull up the window. fam.
Yeah, I
It's
did
mad
pull it
cold.
up. Yo, why are people saying considerate? Oh, we're just recording a podcast.
Podcasting, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
All right, see you later.
Yeah, man, take care.
Fucking prick.
No, man.
He's
He's a
such
good
a
guy, fam.
cunt,
Good
fam.
guy.
He has the audacity to
Oh, you know you can hear you, fam. This isn't soundproof.
he has the audacity to hit my car and then afterwards roll down his window and say, What are you guys doing over there?
Nah, he's a good guy, fam. It was an accident.
Jeez, man.
Accident. Accidents
Anyways, back to my week. As I was saying, why does shit always happen to us like this? Like, we need to find a better spot to record, man.
Bro, we should have went all the way there.
Nah, man. They always shut down their parking place every like hour. They have the weirdest times that they close it off. Like, I remember one time we were there until 8:30 and they closed it at 8:30. Joking. Anyways, as I was saying, so yeah, basically what happened, my week was dead. So forget about, what happened Monday to Friday or whatever. I just want to talk about one specific event that happened. So, man got robbed. And this doesn't usually happen. I don't get robbed. But I think this is like the second time I've been robbed. The first time I got robbed was when I had a BlackBerry and I went into a postcode area that I wasn't supposed to be in. Ironically, I escaped from there and then got robbed in my own postcode area.
Yo, you got taken for a mag. Yo.
I was gobsmacked. How can man escape from a place I wasn't supposed to be in and then get robbed
In your own ends.
in my own turf?
That is diabolical.
Yeah. So anyways, this is probably the second time I can remember being robbed. And it wasn't direct. So, usually what happens after we finish a podcast, I leave the mics or one pair of the mics in the car because I can't be bothered to take it home because they're in big boxes and sometimes I park the car quite far away from the house and, carrying it all home and that it's just long. So, me and my, thick brain assumed that I wouldn't get robbed because who walks on the streets in the middle of the night looking into people's cars, looking for things to take? That's just not something that I really comprehended, I didn't think that was possible in 2018. But anyways, so I left it on the seat as I usually do and nothing happens. But the next morning when I came into the car to, go to work, I unlocked the car and I realized there was no noise as I unlocked it because usually it makes like a clicking noise.
Yeah.
And it didn't make a clicking noise. The car just flashed. So I thought, right, that's a bit odd. And then it got I thought straight away nah, I couldn't have left the car unlocked for the whole night because I remember locking it. So I thought it's a bit booky right now. So anyway, I'm walking towards the car and I'm thinking, shit, those mics are in the back of the car. What if someone's taking them? I look in the back of the seat and it's not there.
Gone.
I open the car, I open the boot, I open everything. I'm looking, nothing. And I know someone's got into the car. They haven't broken into the car. The car was unlocked. But I specifically remember locking the car the night before.
How do you think they unlocked?
Well, I was reading up on it and apparently they have these signal blockers. So there might have been someone near me as I was locking the car and they blocked the signal and then they just took advantage of it.
No way someone has...
Yeah, bro. There's technologies. There's bits of technology out there that allows you to break into someone's car by blocking the signal when you tap your key to lock the car.
Crazy.
So
Why don't you do a Mr. Bean and buy a padlock?
Fam.
Put on the door.
Bro, I was gobsmacked. I was like, shit. I was panicking for about 2-3 minutes and I was like, you know what? It's done. So one of my mics is gone. One of my headphones is gone. And the total value is about £200. So £200 gone down the drain. And I've only got 2 pair of mics. So only because before we used to have 3 guests. Now we can only have 1. Before we had 2 guests. Now we can only have 1.
Yeah.
Hence why Rico is here and Nahia isn't here. So as soon as I have got the funds, I'm going to try and get another mic and hopefully sort the shit out.
Moral of the story, don't leave
your
stuff
valuables
in
in
the
the back of your car, you mugs. I should have even put it in the boot.
The boot, fam. Why'd you leave it out in the open?
I've got a bad habit of doing shit.
Kind of your fault.
Anyways. We're 25 minutes into the podcast and we haven't even started the main content. So let's get right into this. Welcome to the Tomato podcast, trending entertainment news. That's the full title of our show, by the way.
You changed it up.
The Tomato podcast, trending entertainment news. It's a bit long, but
I'll forever know it as just a Tomato
trust. Same.
podcast.
I tried to order merch. merchandise. I tried to make like a custom made cap
I mean, go for
and
it,
a
but isn't it
jumper.
a bit too early?
It is early for myself though, for myself representing,
okay.
because obviously on the 30th, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be going to, or Rico, you might not be there, but I really want you to be there, so let me know.
Yeah.
We're gonna be attending the 90s Babies live podcast show. It's their 100th episode, and we're gonna be there.
Jeez.
You know, obviously trying to network and that. You know, what I mean? Trying to grow, trying to collab. all of that stuff.
Connections, bro.
Connections, bruh. All of that. So yeah, bro. Now we're gonna start off. Actually, breaking news, man. Cardi and Offset are together again.
Huh?
What? I don't believe this. Therefore, I need to Google this, because I prepared the first bit of this podcast to be about Offset trying to get Cardi back on stage. But if they're back together, that's gonna be meaningless.
Trust.
So let's see if Cardi B is back with Offset. And if they are, bruv, this is going to be a whole different conversation, because let's see. Cardi B sparks rumours she's reunited with loverette husband Offset. As she what? Oh my God, there's pictures of them.
Yep.
Bruv,
Telling you, it's publicity.
in a jet ski. She's prompted speculation that she is back with her cheating husband. Oh, I love that. After they were spotted on holiday together yesterday, the pair are currently in Puerto Rico, with Cardi being pictured clinging to her husband as they rode a jet ski together. OMJ. Snaps show both stars grinning and wearing life jackets. Fam, this is defo public stunt.
Do any of them have an album coming out soon?
Offset's releases one.
Okay.
Cardi and Offset are supposed to release a project together. And fam, I don't even want to talk about him trying to get her back. This is going to be a conversation where I just stick it on both of them.
Yeah.
How are you stunting? How are you pulling a stunt like this where you're pretending that you've broken up? I mean, it's smart. It's smart publicity. Because they've got the whole world talking
They're
about
playing
it.
a mind game with the people, innit?
You can't. That's emotional, like, not blackmail, but it's like, it's emotionally
They don't care because they know the
unfair.
truth.
Like, I mean, I don't fucking care about either of them. I used to rate Cardi. I still do, to be honest. I love her music. She's got great music. She's a great piece of talent. She's
Speak for
doing
yourself.
bits for the female hip hop, industry.
Speak for yourself.
Well, you don't rate her.
Yeah.
Why?
Nah, I just find her mad annoying, fam.
She's representing the culture, though.
Nah,
She's representing her side of the industry.
that's not me, fam.
The females are missing someone like her. Nicki Minaj was trash. She was always trash.
Bro, they're on the same level.
Nah, man, Cardi's
Oh,
more
trash.
real. She's more real. She's raw. She represents the people. I think that's why people like her so much, because they can relate to her.
Yeah.
She's not snobby. She's not sucking up to the industry. She hasn't changed. She's very much attached to the people, her fans. But this is different, fam. Like, how are you trying to play with people's emotions like that? That's long.
Trust. These celebrities, man, they can manipulate you.
What is the point of this, though? I want to know what the whole. And do you know what's so funny about this? The way that she was going on about it on her Insta lives, like, she was proper emotional. I remember the time when when Offset went on stage to try and get her back, and he spent like 15 grand on flowers, on a flower display, saying, "Take me back, Cardi," or whatever. Take me back.
15 what? 15 grand?
15 grand on flowers.
For flowers?
On flowers.
What type of flowers are
Bro, I don't fucking know.
with these hand picks from the Himalayan mountains?
Trust me, what the fuck?
I don't know, man.
And the whole speech that he gave in front of the whole world. Oh my word. So people initially were saying that it was a setup, but now I think it can be confirmed that that was a fucking setup.
You have to be stupid to believe any of this, man. I don't believe 95% of this stuff I see online.
It's either they're super smart and they've pulled off one of the greatest stunts in a long time, or they're really dumb. She's dumb for taking him back. It's either one of the two. She's either so stupid that she's taken him back and she's believed everything he said and she's forgiven him twice, or she's playing the industry game. And if she is playing the industry game, then it's not going to be long before she turns out to be like Nicki Minaj.
So, if your wife or husband were to cheat on you, you wouldn't take them back?
Absolutely not. But this isn't the first time. Offset's been caught before. This is the second time he's been caught. He was caught while she was pregnant.
She's a side man.
She's a
if she
bro, I didn't rate that.
if she can't let him go.
I mean, I remember that there was this recently. She was on an Insta live talking about how much she misses his dick in her mouth.
Oh shit! I did not want to hear that, man.
That's such a Cardi thing to do, though.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, she was like,
Cardi.
Bro, she was like describing it like she was sipping tea or coffee or whatever, and she was every sip she was taking, she was like, in my mouth.
Oh, stop.
Destroying me. She says destroying me, bro.
Yo, that gave
She was daydreaming as well.
That gave me one more reason to not like her.
Yeah, I didn't rate that. I didn't rate that. But anyway. But this whole situation with listen, personally, I'm a victim of this myself. I don't know why I got so sucked into this Cardi B. Well, obviously because we're a trending entertainment show, you know, I need to be sucked into this. But at the end of the day, if you're playing a ball game with the general public, you're obviously fake and you're obviously doing it for money. And
that's all it is.
I mean, I guess it's all for money, but like, you know, have some common decency, guys. You can do so many other things to try and manipulate the audience, but by faking your relationship, it's a bit desperate.
No, but I think people feed off negativity. So like things like cheating rumors.
Yeah.
Like people are most likely to click. If you know what I'm saying.
Well, I guess I can retract my statement and say they're geniuses then for clocking the game and.
Like you have to be an idiot to fall for any of that. Like, no offense.
Anyway, I think I'm done talking about Cardi B after like, was it 7 minutes or whatever. We'll move on to talk about something more serious. Pete Davidson and mental health issues. So he's recently been in the news for an Instagram post that he put up talking about how he didn't want to be in this world anymore. So he's had this issue previously. He's been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And in a previous Instagram post, he did write the following. I've spoken about BPD, borderline personality disorder, and being suicidal publicly only in the hopes that it will help bring awareness and help kids like myself who don't want to be on this earth. Ariana Grande then responded by asking her fans to be more gentler with others, because basically, I think Pete's underlying message was, you know, a lot of her fans were sticking it on him or, you know, a section of her fans were getting onto him for what happened to Mac Miller and what she was going through as well, you know, depression and all that kind of stuff. So she was saying to her fans like, yo, like, you know, you need to be a bit more careful with others. And she reiterated her love for Pete Davidson despite releasing that single, Thank You Next, which had a detrimental impact on him. Thank You Next was such a stupid move to make.
Man, immature.
From Ariana Grande's perspective, how old is she?
Bro, she's 27.
She's 26.
I thought she was 14.
She's 20. Yeah, but she acts like she's 14 years old.
I honestly, genuinely thought she was 15.
The way I can't lie to you. The way she acts, it does seem she's a far more immature than
if that was the case, it would have made sense. If that was the case, it would have made sense. But
they say that girls usually mature earlier, but I mean, this girl,
that's a myth.
This lady, she's played such a dumb move. I've said this from day one, since from episode 1 when Mac Miller passed away, and I had a go at Ariana Grande. I later regretted it because I thought I was being a bit harsh on her. I was a bit emotional because of what she did to Mac Miller and how it led to his death. But this isn't a coincidence anymore. We've had 2 men in the last year fall into this trap of feeling secluded, feeling isolated, feeling depressed.
Bro, she must be some sort of like demon or something.
Well, look, you only need to look at the narrative to work it out. She was with this guy for 2 months and then gets engaged with him. Couple months later, she breaks up with him. what kind of emotional
It's a bit mad.
what kind of emotional sort of, what's the word I'm looking for, impact is that gonna have on someone?
Mm-hmm.
Don't piss me off, man. Ariana Grande is next level, fam. She's a manipulative little she's manipulative. She's calculated. She knows exactly what she's doing. And personally, I think she does everything for her own gain. Personally, I don't think she cares about anyone else's feelings other than hers.
I can't really make any comments on that one.
Let's go through what
really know.
happened recently. Yeah. So, this. Last weekend, he posted on Instagram, "I really don't want to be on this earth anymore. I'm doing my best to stay here for you." And when he says for you, I'm assuming that he's talking about Ariana Grande. He goes, "But I actually don't know how much longer I can last. All I've ever tried to do was help people. Just remember, I told you so." That is a deep fucking post, my guy.
Mad raw.
If I was to see that post about any of my friends, I'd be like, bro, what the fuck is going on? I would be very, very concerned.
Trust me.
He starts off by saying, "I really don't want to be on this earth anymore. I'm doing my best to stay here for you." So he's, right now, that sentence is telling me that the only thing that's keeping him from hurting himself is Ariana Grande.
Wait, does he mean you as in Ariana Grande or you as in his fans?
I personally, I think that message is directed to her. Because this all triggered from the fact that they separated. And he hasn't been the same anymore.
Why'd they break up? Cheating?
No, nothing. The same reason why Ariana Grande broke up with Mac Miller. Stupid, dumb reasons that don't make sense. She broke up with my man, Pete Davidson, because she broke up with him because she was having a hard time dealing with Mac Miller's death.
Bro, she's sucking the soul out of these guys, man.
What
the hell is she doing?
And these fucking
behind the scenes,
bruv, these 12-year-old girls who are worshipping Ariana Grande, like, how can you not see past? Like, how can you see past this? How can you not realize what she's doing? People are actually defending her, and it makes me sick. Even like celebrities, like presenters and people who host their own shows are like, "Oh, leave the girl alone. She's going through a lot." Yeah, I'm not taking it away from the fact that she's going through a lot, but you cannot treat other human beings like that, like an object.
Yeah, there's something real fishy,
Bruv,
going on.
I would expect guys to treat women like that, because it's normal. It's a norm for guys to, get with one girl, month later, move on to another girl. Use and abuse, right?
Trash, but true,
Yeah, it's true, right? It happens in our society. But for a girl to do that, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
And what makes it worse is that we know a female, not in all cases, but in most cases, a female, once you're hooked onto someone, a female has a very big impact on your life.
True.
She takes over the majority of your life. So emotionally, you're locked.
Yeah, once you catch them feels.
Once you catch feelings,
it's game over, man.
It's done. So the fact that she's gone now, and she's done this to him, is fucked. And listen to this. I'm gonna continue. So the NYPD. So once they've seen this Instagram post, the New York Police Department, they went over to check on him to see if he's alright. Yeah. And they concluded that he was fine. A lot of celebrities, like his good friend MGK. So MGK is, really good friend of his. Yeah. They've reached out and, they're giving him a lot of support. Pete also said that his co-hosts, his colleagues weren't really there for him. So a lot of people were giving him support. Ariana Grande was so concerned that she rushed to the SNL studios. But Pete, he didn't let her see him. So he got security guards to block her from coming up. So what does that tell us? This is obviously to do with her.
Yeah, there's something real fishy going on, man.
Personally, I think she is a psychopath.
You think so?
100%.
A lot of celebrities are, to be honest.
The tendencies of a psychopath are that you're self-centered. You don't care about anyone else other than yourself. You have motives for yourself. You're emotionally able to manipulate other people for your own gain, and you have no emotions towards anyone else. And the only thing that I see from Ariana Grande is motive for herself.
I mean, I can't
Why
really
would
say
you
anything.
release Thank You Next? And okay, fair enough. You're a musician, you're an artist, you need to release good music. That's a great track. Why would you then mock the people in the track? Why would you go and mock Pete Davidson?
Did she mock him?
Of course. There was bare tweets that she sent out mocking him. Talking shit about him. Obviously, I can't read the tweets because I haven't got them with me. Silly me, I should have got the tweets. But I remember seeing those tweets and I remember being like, "Rah, fam, like, what are you on?"
Was it all out? Like
she was being careless.
tearing them apart?
She was being no. But you know them ones where you're not really thinking about how that tweet is gonna affect someone else. And today we're in the 21st century where the social media is such a crucial part. We're like little, we're like fragile bits of glass.
Yeah.
You know, any little thing that we read, we break easily. So, for her to release the song followed by a number of tweets that sort of, you know, make fun of people in that song. I mean, the title itself is just
Thank you.
Next. Like, come on, bro.
That's my rude still.
And recently she was getting onto Kanye as well. Her and Kanye had a bit of beef on Twitter. She was like,
I didn't see her why she had to get involved.
why? Like, why? Honey, why? Honey, why? She was saying how, the guys always get their moment. Can you guys move aside and let us girls have? I mean, fuck off, man. Don't try and play the feminist card. And I've seen this from Ariana Grande. She does this a lot. She always seems to play the feminist card.
Trust.
Personally, I think she's thick as fuck. She's a good singer, but she doesn't have any intellectual abilities to have a conversation about feminism, equality, or anything about relationship advices, because she's had the worst relationships in the last 4 years or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, she's a bit of a weird one still.
I'm sick and tired of her
I wouldn't
shit,
want to
man.
get involved in
I'm
any
sick
of that.
and tired of her shit, fam. If only this platform was big enough, I would tear her to pieces. I would dedicate an hour on preparing shit that I could just tear her to pieces with.
Bro, she'll send all her little fans your way.
I don't care, fam. Look, do you think I'm concerned about her fans? I want to expose her for who she is.
They're like robots, fam. They'll come after you.
You leave Mac Miller supposedly because of his drug problems, as if you're not sniffing coke around the corner yourself. Don't piss me off, bro. I know you celebrities. I know how you lot get along. You're not a number one recording artist without sniffing a coke or taking a few what are those injections called that they take these days? Heroin and any of that crap. I know you, man. The industry the industry's as big as it is because of drugs. Don't piss me off. So you leave Mac Miller because of drugs, all right? You emotionally blackmail him, which leads to his, maybe not directly leads to his death, but in one way or another, it's led to his death.
But his death wasn't intentional.
It wasn't intentional. I'm not saying it was intentional, but I'm saying if she was in the picture and if she had done it better, if she had left him in a better state, then he wouldn't have overdosed. Maybe he would have taken his drug issue a little bit better than he did.
But you think it's her responsibility to...
Bruv, you're in a relationship. No, listen. Let me explain something to you, man, yeah? Because I get this question a lot. And you need to understand, when you're in a relationship, it's a two-way party. When you're in a relationship, you're giving 50% and the other person is giving 50%. Now, the moment that relationship has ended, you both need to make sure that it ends on good terms. Because when it doesn't end on good terms, then repercussions will follow. And we had a serious repercussion in the case of Mac Miller and Ariana Grande. One person died.
Really sad.
So let me ask you the question of whether if Ariana Grande and Mac Miller ended their relationship a little bit better than it was, do you think Mac Miller would be here today?
I mean, he had an addiction problem, that was his own
but
personal...
that addiction problem made it worse when he split up.
Yeah, but what is she meant to do?
Listen,
when someone's addicted...
as a drug user, you're going to be... clued up. You're going to know everything about every drug you take.
100%.
you're going to know what drugs to mix and what drugs not to mix. You're going to know how much to take and how much not to take. The fact that he overdosed shows me that he wasn't in control of his drug addiction.
No, he's the drugs that he took had fentanyl. I don't think that's how you pronounce it.
Right. Okay, go on, yeah.
But yeah, obviously, if she feels like the relationship was toxic, she has every right to leave.
Listen.
Because it's affecting her too, you know.
You need to understand that it's a two-way thing, yeah. if a relationship is toxic, she didn't break up with him because he was abusive, because he did anything wrong to her. She broke up with him because he had a drug issue that was out of control.
Yeah.
Now, when you leave someone, you need to leave in a way that's which is going to make sure that they're not in a bad place.
Yeah, I'm not saying she didn't try stopping him from taking drugs.
No one's asking. No one's asking the question of whether she tried to stop her. She tried to stop him, or whether she could have done a better job to stop him whilst they were in a relationship. I'm just saying that the way she dealt with the situation,
it was kind of weird.
Was wrong.
Yeah.
She could have done it better. The same with Pete Davidson. The way she dealt with that situation, but you get engaged to someone, you commit yourself to someone, 6 months later or whatever, you break up, and then that's it. Where is the, you know, I mean, how can you just leave someone and that's it, bye-bye, thank you, next? Come on, get the fuck out of it.
But in the song, she did mention that her exes were, like, for example, she said, Mac Miller, you're an angel, or blah, blah, blah. Like,
so
there was some good...
So she's describing, she's describing her exes with a few kind words. So what?
I mean, it wasn't like it was a diss track.
The underlying message of the song was, thank you for everything you're giving to me. I'm going to go focus on myself now.
On to the next one.
It's just annoying, man. I just don't like seeing shit like this. She's out of control. Poor Pete Davidson is going through some really bad, you know, issues right now.
Yeah. But we don't know her full intentions, you know. We could never know.
No, of course
that's
you
only
can't.
Between
you can only
her,
judge.
you know?
You can only judge by what you see.
So I don't want to say anything.
I most certainly
soon,
will say
know?
things because
you have every right to, man. But
you know, it's not a coincidence that this has happened to two people now.
Trust.
Do you know what I mean? It's not coincidental. What do you think has caused the sudden outbreak of mental health issues in society?
Excuse me.
Oh my god.
My bad. I'm a bit sick, man. I'm sorry. Go on. What was that question?
What do you think has been the underlying sort of factor for the outbreak of mental health issues? Because mental health issues were not a thing to be talked about 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It's very much a modern phenomenon.
It's on the rise, yeah. I think people like to diagnose themselves with mental health issues, you know. They feel sad for like a week, and then they label themselves as being depressed or whatever. And then once you label yourself as being depressed, and you think you're depressed, your brain over time it reprograms itself, and you can actually become depressed from just thinking you're depressed.
What leads you to the point to think that you're depressed?
I don't know, just feeling.
Because personally, you know, I've got a big issue. I've got a very big issue with the terms mental health issues.
Yeah.
A lot of us today are very, very hypersensitive to everything.
True.
No one can take a little bit of criticism.
Trust.
And I think social media has been the crux of this problem. If you see,
Definitely.
you know, you post up a picture on Instagram and you don't get as many likes, fucking hell. It goes as deep as not getting enough likes.
It's so sad.
If you go on Twitter and you tweet something and you don't get as many tweets, and you're like, oh, I expected that tweet to do so much better.
Do you know what it is?
Go on.
People, I think because on Instagram you can fake a completely different life to the one you're living, you know?
Yeah.
I think people have a tendency to create like an alter ego online.
Yes.
And when it comes time to
live the real life.
Yeah, trying to mimic that alter ego you've created online.
Yeah.
And you can't do so in real life.
Yeah.
I think that's when the problems start kicking in, you know?
I love that. I think that's a really good explanation. Really, I see that a lot. I see a lot of people stunting on the web, pretending to be this person, but real life, they're completely different. And what I mean by that is someone can be so overly confident on the internet, but then be really, really shy and closed off.
Trust.
And especially when it comes to like interacting with human beings, it's so easy to interact with, you know, a profile or type a few words.
Yeah.
But when it comes to actually speaking to someone, communicating verbally.
Yep. Because in real life communication, you have so many different aspects to it, like different mannerisms, the way people use their body language, and just other things as well.
I truly do think social media has been, especially the development in technology, it's been central, it's been core to the rise
100,000,000%
of mental health issues. And people should really start focusing on managing their time better and really disciplining themselves so that they're using social media but not allowing it to, you know, take over their life. Like, I see people, adults, not being able to keep their phones in their pockets when they're out. So let's say they go to, I don't know, Winter Wonderland. Yeah. People feel the tendency to take their phones and snap it, so Insta story.
So I live in a moment, man.
Yeah. And I've been not victim, but like I remember, you know, where was I? I was somewhere really nice. I can't remember where, but I was enjoying the moment, and I took out my phone, and then I was like, nah. I'm putting my phone back. And the person was like, why'd you take your phone? Why'd you put your phone away? Because I want to enjoy the moment.
Trust.
I want to enjoy the experience.
Like, with concerts as well, man. People would rather get sick footage.
That's what it was. It was the Michael McIntyre experience that I had. I didn't take my phone out. I was like, no, fuck it. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. People would rather get sick footage put on their Instagram than actually enjoy and embrace the performance.
Everything is about that term clout nowadays.
Clout. I hate
clout.
that word.
It's such a corny word, fam.
That word's been around for time, but it's just recently sparked. Yeah, I think it's in the English dictionary.
I had no idea.
Is it in the English dictionary?
I don't think so.
It's a word that's been used in the past. What does it mean? Like respect?
It means status. It's like getting clout is like, status, I guess.
Something like that.
Like points. Brownie points. Anyway, we'll move on from this rise
Gandhi
of mental health issues.
Oh, mental health.
We'll move on to a little bit less serious. So we're at the end of the year now, and when you get to the end of the year, you see everywhere, people comparing things and rating things. What's the best album of the year? What's the best sporting moment of the year?
Yeah.
I want to talk about the best meme of the year.
You're pronouncing it wrong still.
What is it?
Meme.
Fuck off.
Yeah, straight up.
What? What?
Meme.
Explain.
I'm joking. that was a really bad
was
joke.
Actually a joke. You just wasted 10 seconds of all of our lives.
My bad. Sorry guys.
So meme of the year. I'm gonna do a little comparison. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the US meme of the year versus the UK meme of the year. So obviously you've seen the notes, so you will know who's coming. But in your opinion, can you think of like any other meme from the US that you wanna talk about? I can't think of any other meme personally.
So the most popular one right now.
Yeah.
Is the one you're about to mention.
Yeah. Long neck, daddy long neck, and wide neck.
What the hell,
What the fuck has the world come to? Bruv, are you kidding me right now?
And why do these memes, like every time a new meme pops up, they tend to like record a diss track or like a music video? Why is that the most popular thing to do?
When I first saw this like video about all necks matter, Do you remember seeing that video?
No, I didn't see that one.
Basically,
I saw the music video.
Basically, they're both. The video starts off with both of them being mad at each other, like, "Oh yeah, where's that wide neck fool? Yeah,
Oh yes.
all of this stuff, yeah." And then when they see each other, they're like, "All necks matter." And then the next scene, you just see them playing like on the slides in the park, running after each other, racing.
Oh,
and then from that to an X-rated music video with Daddy Longneck spanking some.
Bro, his hand was about to snap. Does he have a condition or anything?
I think they both have health conditions.
Yeah, they must do.
Are memes taking things too far? Because this 15 minutes or 5 minutes of fame or whatever that they were supposed to have has now turned into like a business. They're making music now. And the music is so trash. It was such a dead. And do you know what? Do you know what made it worse? The fact that they were being so serious in the music video.
Oh, dragging it, man.
Did you see their faces? Video? They were being so serious.
Was it a parody video?
No. This was a serious music video, bro.
Swear down.
They're trying to make it, bro.
Was it Wait, are they like a duo now?
Yeah, I think so. Krept and Conan point 2.
No way. Oh man, I'm so done.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this other than good for them. But we need to compare it. It's a comparison, yeah? So we got the US meme of the year and the UK meme of the year, which is obviously...
Don't go anywhere. No, that was funny. Okay,
Man like Ferdy. And we know how Nahil feels about Man like Ferdy. Fucking hates him.
Bro, the first time I saw that meme, I was busting up.
I can't lie. I watched that. I must have watched that a good 10 times and still continued to
Bro, I showed it to my mom.
It was...
My mom didn't get it, but I still showed it.
It was class. He hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
But the moment you try and turn legit, fam, that's when it needs to stop. Did you see the video of... do you watch boxing?
No.
Okay, so before...
Not
usually,
really.
Let's say before a big fight, there's like a round table and they sit down and they sort of... It's like a face-to-face kind of...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they did that, but with Ferdy and the guy who hit him on the bike.
What kind of... Seriously? What, are they going to fight? Is it going to be like a charity boxing?
No, they're not going to fight.
That would be pretty... I'd watch that, to be honest. See Ferdy get banged in the face.
Bro, it was so funny to see Ferdy sit there. He's got his little smart little cap. You know those caps those old men wear, old
flat cap.
men. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking all fly. And then you see the other guy, like college student or whatever, or uni student, just sitting there with his black top, like.
He came out of a diss track like yesterday or something.
Yes, I was gonna tell you. In that video, he said, "Oh yeah, Ferdy, I'm not gonna fight you, but I'm gonna tell you now. I'm releasing a diss track on you." I haven't watched it. Is it good?
No, it's dead.
This is what I mean.
I don't even think it was the actual guy. Do you think Ferdy's Ferdy? Like, do you think it's just some random Turkish guy mimicking, or being an imposter?
I don't know. A lot of people are saying he's an imposter, but personally, I think if he was an imposter, the original guy would have come out by now and said, "Yo, this guy's an imposter."
Bro, that guy probably doesn't even know he's made it big time.
I can't lie though. This Ferdy, the one who's saying he's Ferdy, does look a little bit more fatter than the original one.
But the first video, the initial video, was a bit pixelated. So
it was mad blurry, and they do sound the same, so it's hard to tell really. But
man, like, don't go anywhere.
Having said that, who do you think has taken this meme game to a next level? Ferdy or Wide Neck and Daddy Longneck?
Bro, they both released music. It's just mad excessive.
It's so forced.
It's not needed. Just leave it at the initial meme.
Yeah, but if you were them and you wanted to take it to the next level, what would you do?
Actually, forget about all that, man. Just get your money in. I don't really...
Yeah.
That's not for me to say, innit?
If it's making you money, why not?
Yeah, man. I can't really hate on that. Just get your grind done.
Because if someone makes a meme about you and tries to make you into a joke, and you flip it, and then you're eating from it, good for you.
Bro, they finesse the game, man. They let them eat.
What are you saying? Should we try and become memes?
Well, are you gonna set up a little stunt where you hit me with a bike
No, that's already
I'm not
been
on
done.
that.
Oh my god! Do you know the worst part about that meme?
Yeah.
Is the fact that like the way people try to mimic it.
Trust.
I've seen so many corny people try to remake it, and it just looks so forced and bad. Like, don't do. And you know them ones when they try their hardest to try and sound like the actual meme. Don't go anywhere.
Trust, man.
Don't go anywhere. Like, I saw this girl, fam. This girl, she's a popular YouTuber.
Yeah.
She goes to my brother's uni and they chill together.
Swear down.
And listen to this, fam. This girl, fam. I personally don't like her. I find her mad jarring. But the way that she was dropping that 30 line was like, nah. You need to stop
Not
right
quite
now.
there, mate.
She's like, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Bro, you know them ones.
You can't see me. You can't. Are you blind? Like, bro.
Bro, you know when they can't formulate their own jokes, so they have to repeat.
I was cringing.
Oh, that's annoying, man.
Like, I'm gripping the mic as I'm talking about it.
Bro, people went as far as dressing up as him for Halloween.
Oh. So who's won the meme of the year 2018?
30, bro. That's my guy, man.
Just gonna give a little drum roll.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's done. 30, yeah. I personally, I agree. I think 30 was, he's done his dirt, but now it's time to, retire.
Trust.
Sit on the
side. He's already made enough money, man. He can buy a crib in IB for a chill.
Bro, I swear he's a mechanic. He's got enough money.
Doubt it.
He is making... No, mechanics make peas, fam. You can't doubt it. Anyway, we'll move on to music. A lot of new music has been released this week. We've seen young Kodak Black and 21 Savage release their albums. I'm going to start off with Kodak Black. I thought it was shit, overrated, overestimated.
Yeah, it was pretty mediocre.
How's man like Drake turning around and telling us fans that it's the best album that he's listened to?
In the last 5 years or something.
Fuck off. The moment I heard that, the moment Drake said that, I was like, nah, I have to check this album out. I bet it's going to be cool. I bet it's going to be fire.
Drake fanboy.
You mad?
Bro, if Drake were to tell everyone to pray 5 times a day, the whole world would be praying.
Let's not take things too far. The only reason why, is because Drake has got very good taste in music.
Doubt it.
But he makes very good music himself. And his artists are very good that he's got at OVO. So, obviously, when Drake says something like, yeah, this is the best album I've heard in so long, blah, blah, obviously you'd think like, yeah, this is going to be semi-decent. I'll go into it.
That was the most mediocre
Bruv, no,
thing I've
it
ever
wasn't.
heard.
It was shit. It was dead.
Trust.
It was so whack. I can't believe I wasted like half 45 minutes of my life.
Kodak.
Bruv, do you know what?
A couple bangers though.
No, I didn't even finish listening to the album. There was 2 songs that I didn't listen to. I was like, no, fuck this shit.
That's how.
I forced myself to listen to the album.
Them ones.
ZZ was the only good tune. That was the only good tune, and I don't even like ZZ that much.
It's just the beat.
Yeah. Literally, ZZ was probably the only tune on there that I liked. Other than that, Kodak Black is overrated. His sound is dead. He sounds confused. I don't think he knows what type of music he's making. His voice is like, I can't even understand what he's saying. He sounds like he's one of these mumble raps.
Have you heard him without autotune?
No.
He sounds like an angel. That's not a joke. I swear to God. This man's got a beautiful voice. He can sing, you know.
Can he?
Swear to God.
Why doesn't he just switch it up and just go into R&B?
I don't know. He's like T-Pain. T-Pain can actually sing.
He looks a bit like T-Pain, actually.
No, but T-Pain can actually sing, but he uses mad autotune in his songs for some reason.
This is what I'm saying, man. I don't understand what this... Like, do you know when we were listening to Tupac, like, earlier?
Yeah.
I was reminiscing. Okay, not reminiscing because I wasn't born back then, but I've watched enough documentaries and enough, like, sort of, like, videos on the culture and what it was back then. I was just thinking how far we've come from real hip-hop to this shit.
Trust.
It's like we've come from somewhere. We've come from a place where hip hop was about, stories. It was about real life. It was about issues in the ghetto. It was about talent. People, spitting from their hearts, their souls, talking about, letting their aggression out on a track. Really, really punishing society, having a go at society for where they are, and how people have treated them and how they've managed to turn their lives upside down. And now we've got guys that talk about. We've got guys who you can't even tell what they're talking about.
Trust. I think we've evolved towards just sound in general. Like,
yes.
No one cares about lyricism anymore.
Nah.
It's like whatever sounds good, I'm gonna listen to.
And I was thinking about this today, and I wanted to bring this point up. This is why I rate Drake. This is why I rate people who can actually spit and whose lyrics are clear. Because when Drake spits, he's so diverse. He's able to adapt his sound to today's, but also remain in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
When he spits, you can hear every lyric he's saying. He's got a unique voice. He's got a nice flow. He's able to change it every now and again.
He has his moments. I'll give that.
Yeah,
to him,
yeah. But when you hear people like Kodak Black, Lil Yachty,
Yachty, mate. What's Yachty?
Sorry. Fuck him. I don't care. I don't care about these man. These men cannot spit. They can't make good music. They all sound the same. And I blame one person for this.
Yeah.
Chief Keef.
Don't disrespect Chief Keef.
Nah.
Man.
Chief Keef is the godfather of this disgusting.
I say Lil Wayne and T-Pain. Or...
I would say Lil Wayne evolved hip hop to borderline mumble rap. Not mumble rap, borderline.
Nah, he's a godfather.
Nah. Chief Keef started this shit.
Yeah, Chief Keef ignited all these other mumble rappers. But Chief Keef, he's one of my favorite artists. Bang, bang.
What the fuck?
No, he's got the melodies on lock though. I'll give him that. Other than the melodies,
I was
trash.
so disappointed. I expected Kodak to come up with something a little bit better than that.
You know that, Kodak. That's like.
But another disappointing album
21
that I had to listen to was 21 Savage. And actually, you know what? I'll be honest with you. It wasn't disappointing, but I expected a little bit more from him.
It was deceptive, fam. The first one was flawless.
Was crazy.
And then the rest was just garbage.
Like on Twitter, I remember what's his name? Charlemagne posted first song, fire emoji, and that's it.
Bro, the rest was just.
But do you know what it was?
It sounded rushed.
Yeah, no. Let me tell you what it was. He made an album that sounded exactly the same from the first song to the very last song. His sound remained the same throughout the whole album.
That's how you know you probably recorded it on the same night.
You might as well have just made one single song for 30 minutes, because that's what it sounded like to me. The first song was a banger, it popped it off, and then it's just continuous, the same trap music. He hasn't evolved. He hasn't been able to diversify his sound in order for anyone to listen to it and be like, oh, he switched it up here. Yep. He had one emotional song in there.
If he had the first song
in the middle,
like let's say all the way at the bottom, I don't think people would have made it that far,
100%.
Because he had it as a cover song.
Again, that's another album I didn't get to finish. But then tomorrow or the next day or whatever, you're gonna hear all of these radio fucking so-called hip hop professionals. Yeah. Oh yeah, 21 Savage. Yeah, that album was popping, man, popping. Fire. What? Why do people feel like they can? What? I don't understand why people jump on the bandwagon. Why can you not just say the album was trash?
Money.
Why are you forcing it? Because I know people don't actually feel like that.
Bro, these record labels, they pay out all these radio stations.
I'm getting sick and tired of listening to The Breakfast Show, Hot 97, all of these American radio shows that are supposed to be giving us raw truth about albums and about artist music. They're like, oh yeah, I like his music, he's got a nice style. No, he doesn't. He makes the same fucking tune as everyone else. No difference.
Bro, that's why I stay listening to music that's way older than me.
And this is why I said earlier, Logic is the most underrated rapper in today's music industry.
He can be corny at times, but he has his moments.
I don't care.
He has his moments. He's good.
His style is so, like, refreshing.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He's good. He's a good MC.
He's a
100%.
21st century rapper who makes music that originates from the roots of hip hop.
100%. Yeah.
His sound is the 90s, but his music is today.
Do you know the first person to co-sign him was Mac Miller?
Mac Miller, yeah.
Back in the day, like way back. This was when I was like 15 when I was listening to all of this.
His Young Sinatra 4, or I don't know, was it 4 or 5? The new.
I don't even know.
The new project that he released, which had Wu-Tang on it and everything like that.
Yeah, that was
cool.
That,
in my opinion, that is the best album of the year.
How did a man get the whole of Wu-Tang to feature on the song?
Bruv.
They must have... No, because he's in an interview, he spoke out and said how Wu-Tang called him up.
Yeah.
And said, we really like your music, blah, blah, blah. Let's make a track together.
He's the only guy, though, but he's the only guy who makes raw...
Only? There's a lot of other good artists, too.
Yeah, I mean, like black hippies.
Yeah, Kendrick, Absol, all them man there, Schoolboy Q.
I'm so frustrated
J. Cole,
that they're not...
Joey Badass.
That they're not... They haven't been pushed into our faces as much as fucking these Young Thug and shit like that have.
Because that's like the new...
Yeah, the new wave
style,
of hip-hop.
You know? That's what's taken over. Just melodies, pure melodies, and no substance.
And it's annoying because the youth who are growing up listening to this type of music won't know what hip hop is.
Trust.
They won't know the root of hip hop, where it comes from.
So sad.
It's not about the melody. It's not about the way you spit. It's not about the instrumental. It really is about what you're trying to say on a track.
Yeah.
Like what's that song that Ice Cube made? When he split up from NWA and he made that
Vaseline.
track. Yes, bruv. No Vaseline, fam. Yo. That was an aggressive track.
Trust me.
My man was intending to hurt people. The beat was aggressive.
It's funny.
His tone was aggressive. The lyrics he was saying were aggressive. You could feel it. You could feel every bit of emotion he was trying to say. Nowadays, when you hear an aggressive track, let's say, I don't know, fucking who's made a diss track recently? Oh, what's that guy's name? Tory Lanez. Oh my god.
I can't stand that little peanut head.
Fuck. Tory Lanez makes a diss track on Joyner Lucas. Half of the track is just him spitting about nothing.
He goes on to his little singing. What does he do? He's like a singing rapper.
Yeah.
Like Drake.
I can't
say them type of rappers seriously.
Drake. No, fam, I don't want to get into the conversation of Drake because he's versatile. He hits every corners.
Speak for yourself, still.
No, he can. He can hit every corner. He's got respect and he's earned his respect.
But he's known to have like, what's it called, ghostwriters.
Yeah. Look,
that's unheard of for a rapper.
No, of course.
What rapper has ghostwriters?
But you need to understand that he's evolved. He's helped the hip hop game evolve into, you know, look. There's two sides of this. You've got one side of hip hop, where you've got the sound is being preserved, but it's being pushed into the 21st century. It's being pushed forward, and it's being sort of brought into today's day and age. What's happening today?
Yeah, it's just blending in.
Yeah, blending in. So you've got the other side where hip hop is completely changing. Different sound, different meaning, different audience. It's about swag now. It's about, I don't know, how many fucking how many tattoos you've got on your face, how many fucking piercings you've got on your.
Everything's just superficial and
so fucking
purely for aesthetics.
I miss the good old days, fam. Fucking miss.
We're old, bro. Again.
I never thought I'd get to a stage where I'd actually be talking about old school rappers and like, but even for us, we can't even say that, you know. We can't even talk about old school rappers because for us, old school rappers would be Wayne.
Yeah, that's our generation.
Young Money, Cash Money.
Yeah.
You know, that's Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, yeah. Like later Jay-Z. Yeah, I say Kanye West is a good example of someone who is part of our...
Mac.
Yeah, all these men who were active in like the early 2000s. No, not mid 2000s.
Yeah.
To, let's say around...
Now, fam, the game is changing. We've got fucking... Ugh.
Because we're 90s babies.
It makes me depressed, fam. When I talk about the industry and where it's headed for now. Anyway, what's the album you're most looking forward to in 2019? Couple projects coming out. Hold on a minute. Wasn't Kanye supposed to release his album by now?
Bro, we forgot about that.
What the fuck?
That guy is delaying it like mad.
Yo.
This album best be good, you know. I swear to God.
I swear to God, it was supposed to be released like
5 months ago.
No. Did he not say he was releasing it late November or late December?
Yeah. What's the date today? Oh no, it's December. It's literally a month after he announced.
Okay. All right, we'll move on. We're going to move into the sports industry. So we're talking about the latest sacking in football. So you've got Jose Mourinho, who's just been sacked by Man United.
No.
How do you feel about that, man?
Bro, I wanted them to sign that 5-year extension contract, bro.
And just bury United into the ground.
Just keep them a mediocre team. I don't want them to be another threat to...
I expected him to get... Remember that time I was with you?
Yeah.
And we went into the petrol station and United were losing 2-0 against Newcastle.
That's when he should have...
But then they won 3-2.
Oh, yeah. I think if they had lost
If they had lost that game, he would have been gone. He's only been in charge for United for 2.5 years.
Then again, he hasn't been that bad.
I was just going to say that. I think people are, giving him more stick than he actually deserves. Because in the 2.5 seasons that he's been with them, he's won the League Cup and he's won the Europa League.
He's done better than Klopp.
Yeah.
We're not speaking of this season.
Look, if you're talking about achievements, fine. Yes, you can go there. The League Cup is a shit trophy nobody wants to win. The Europa League is a trophy that you have to win. And if you don't, then there's questions. So
still a hard cup to win, though. Europa League.
No, not really. Arsenal made it into the semi-finals with Wenger. It's not difficult when you're playing teams from like Bulgaria.
Bro, Sevilla are a banging team, you know.
Yeah, no, I know Sevilla.
Them and that. I don't know how they... Why aren't they playing Champions League? They patterned up.
I don't know, because United beat them in the group stages. So United and Juventus qualified and then they finished third.
Oh, yeah. Snap.
But they did beat United.
Snap.
Anyways, when you're comparing him to Klopp, you need to understand that Klopp has built a foundation at Liverpool. He has built himself a squad of players who are capable of winning the Champions League.
Yeah,
and they're on course to win the Premier League. And I said this from the beginning. I said this like midway through the first half of this season. I said to people, I really do see Liverpool winning the league. And everyone's like, nah, City are you can't beat City. They're too powerful.
City are one-dimensional, man.
Klopp has he's built himself slowly. Like, this is what you call organic growth. Where you start with a group of players, you work with them, you add in 2 or 3 players in the middle, and you complete the team.
Bro, none of their summer signings have flopped as well. Fabinho's been playing sick recently. Van Dijk is...
Shaqiri.
Ooh, Shaqiri.
I was so surprised when no one was signing him.
Bro, we should have went for him.
Why didn't any other big team go for him?
I'd say he's better than Alexis.
100%.
They both...
I've rated him from day one, Shaqiri. I've always said... Even at Stoke, he's been sick.
All he needed was a good team to play with,
Same with Bernard as well. I don't know why no one signed Bernard up. Why is he at Everton?
He's a little magician.
So
all these small players, they're just mad sick, fam. They have such a low center of gravity.
listen to this. In the last 2.5 seasons, Mourinho has spent £400 million on 11 players.
Jesus.
Yo.
For what? 400 million.
400. Remember they bought Pogba? They bought Alexis.
Bro, that type of money can end world poverty.
And they still managed to find themselves at 19 points behind Liverpool.
Crazy.
And 11 points behind top 4. They're not getting top 4 this season. 100% not.
Bro, I don't think Arsenal will get top 4 this season.
What?
I don't think we'll get top.
Are you mad?
No.
We've only lost 3 games.
We're slowly...
we're
getting to that point where we're losing form.
No, but we went on a 22-game
dip.
run. January's coming up. You know, I only just clocked January is around the corner. Transfer season is around the corner.
Hey, please tell me how we went 22 games unbeaten and we're still... What are we, 6th, 5th?
No, but that's 22 games from all competitions.
Okay. Still, how are we 5th?
Yeah, but listen. We're on level points with Chelsea.
That's crazy.
I think we're like 4 points or 3 points behind. No, we're 4 points behind Tottenham. Obviously, the top 2 are gone. Man City and Liverpool are competing a title for themselves. We're still very much en route to finish 3rd or 4th. I think we will finish 3rd this season.
I'll take 4th. I don't mind.
If we can make another 2 solid signings, let's say get a nice centre-back, solid centre-back,
Trust.
and get a left-back.
Left back. Yeah, Kolasinac is a bit...
I like Kolasinac in midfield. I like him playing centre-mid.
Have we ever played him there?
No, but I always play him there on FIFA and he's solid.
Yeah, he's got like the physique and everything.
Yeah.
He could be a good box-to-box.
Moving...
Or just a defensive.
Coming back on track with Mourinho, he's never completed 4 consecutive seasons in charge of a club.
Yeah.
What do you think his problem is, Mourinho? Because he's a funny guy.
He's just there for a fun time, you know.
The thing with Mourinho is, he's too fucking serious. The guy is way too... his ego is way too big.
He's a funny guy, though. I love watching him on the sidelines.
Do you remember that interview when he was like, I've won more Premier Leagues than all managers put together.
Bro, you sound like Borat.
Respect, guys. Respect.
Yeah, he's a bit... He needs to jump off his high horse. Is that the same?
Yeah.
His ego is a bit mad.
His ego is mad big, and I think that's his downfall at the end of the day.
Bro, he's been sacked so many times.
He's been sacked since leaving Chelsea. He left Madrid. He left Inter Milan.
Chelsea sacked him twice.
United sacked him. He's still considered as a top manager. You know what? They still think he's going to be moving to teams like Real Madrid, teams like Inter Milan.
He's past his prime. Like,
massively.
Like, let's say 10 years ago, maybe he was a good. Good manager.
Did you see Pogba's tweet when he got sacked?
The Instagram post.
Oh my god,
that was so shady.
It was Twitter as well.
It's like caption this,
and then that face that he put on.
Oh man.
This was supposedly...
There's no need for that. They're both trash, fam. Mourinho and Pogba are both
Listen
trash.
to this bullshit. This was supposedly a scheduled marketing post by Adidas.
No way.
So Adidas supposedly, they scheduled that post to come out at the same time as Mourinho got sacked.
So Pogba didn't post it himself.
Well, that's what they're saying. But what are the chances of that? What are the chances of Adidas scheduling up that kind of post and Mourinho getting sacked at the same time? I think it was a setup, personally. I think Pogba wanted to get one up on Mourinho because they hated each other.
They're both as toxic as each other.
Gary Neville responded to his post saying, "You do one as well." Fucking Gary Neville.
To who?
Pogba.
To Pogba?
Yeah.
I like Gary Neville.
He's such a fucking troll.
Is he the one that like made the weirdest sounds after one of the players?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Oh, yeah.
It's like... Oh my god, that guy is one weirdo, fam.
He's
Bro, didn't he manage like Sevilla?
Yeah, and he
didn't
lost,
win
like,
one game.
Yeah.
Bro, he's the worst. No.
Fam, I don't rate him at all, fam. I don't rate.
I need to sneeze.
Go on, sneeze. Oh my god. Right.
No, that's nasty.
So Mourinho and Pogba's obviously had some long-term issues. The recent problem started when Pogba said he wanted United to be able to play attack after their home draw with Wolves, and then Mourinho stripped him of his second captain.
Jokes.
So just because Pogba said, I want Manchester United to play attacking football, he got stripped of his second captaincy.
Mourinho put him on a naughty step.
And then listen to this. Sanchez denies a report that he made a £20,000 bet with Rojo about the sacking of Mourinho.
Wait, this club is a mess. What the hell?
Yo, the players don't rate him. Man. The players do not rate him.
It's a joke, man. Imagine being a United supporter right now.
Imagine this. Imagine Alexis Sanchez making a bet with Marcus Rojo that your manager will be sacked. Yo, homie, I bet you £20,000 and he's going to be gone by the end of this week.
Sanchez is the biggest finesse god. This guy said he wanted to win trophies. Bro, he's
all he's winning is seats on the sideline.
And how much is he earning? Like 300.
Yeah, he's earning a ridiculous amount. But United have got Solskjaer back. As a manager this time.
I don't even know who that is.
Fam, he's a legend. He's a legend at United. He scored about 126 goals.
Solskjaer. How do you spell it?
Solskjaer.
That spells Solskjaer.
Yeah. I think he's from Denmark.
Bro, you spelled something.
No, he's from I think he's from Denmark or something like that.
No, I don't know who he is.
He's got 126 goals, including the Champions League final winner in 1999. So he was under Alex Ferguson, and he managed Cardiff, who they beat today 5-1. He managed them for 8 months, and then they sacked him because they got relegated, because they were going to get relegated.
And this was his revenge.
But I think personally Manchester United suit someone of his caliber. You know what? I think management these days is all about personality,
Swear on.
I think it's a lot to do, because think about it, the tactics and everything. That's all done by your staff.
Swear on.
Yeah, bro. Why do you think you got an assistant manager?
What's the manager's role in that?
Yeah. If you've got think about it. When you look on the training pitch, what do all managers do? All managers just stand there with their arms crossed and they just look around. Whilst the assistant manager is shouting, yo, you do this, you do that.
I say it's the other way. The manager does his tactics and then the assistant.
The assistant just implements it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I think nowadays, management is all about personality. You have to be liked, and if you're not liked, then you'll be sacked. Because if the media don't like you, then they're going to drive you out of the club. And Mourinho was hated by the media.
They can just be there for image, like Zidane. I think Zidane was just there. He didn't do anything. Like there was someone behind the scenes making the tactics for him and stuff.
I don't know, man. Zidane was, he's always been a genius on and off the field. And yeah, I think that's a prime example of what.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
he's one of my favorite
the
players.
impact of a personality, because he's such a legend in the game that even him being a manager, like without him even implementing any tactics or anything, the players are automatically gonna feed off his geniusness.
Like with Thierry Henry, I don't know if you saw the one video where they were in a post-match.
Has he won a game yet with Monaco?
I don't know, but
I'm actually concerned about him.
There was an interview. He was sat with.
I saw that.
And then the guy went up without tucking his chair in.
Yeah.
And he just gave him a stare like, get the hell back here, tuck your chair in. Let's get out of here.
I like that. But look, there needs to be a mixture. Players need to like you as an individual and also want to work for you. They shouldn't be scared of you. That's why I love Pep Guardiola, because his passion for the game comes across so well. Every manager's obviously passionate about football.
Bro, Pep's one scary guy. I wouldn't doubt it if this guy slapped up.
No, but listen.
At halftime,
he's got the right mixture. He's got the right sort of balance of being extremely scary, but also being incredibly motivating and passionate. Yeah. He's that guy who will stay up until 3 a.m. in the morning to figure out tonight he will stay up until 3 a.m. to figure out what went wrong.
Yeah, he's definitely got the approach on lock.
His passion is second to none. That's why he's the best at what he does. Because he is so fueled. He loves the sport so much.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. Personality is key. It's crucial. If you have the right sort of energy, fam.
Do you think he ever backhands Sterling whenever he places a pass wrong? Half-time team talk.
I've seen
I
him
reckon he does.
I've seen him have a word with Sterling, you know. It didn't look pretty.
Bro, this guy is... I wouldn't want him to be like my dad or something. This guy will give me the beats.
Well,
100%.
where do you think Mourinho's going to be sacked from next?
Porto. I reckon he'll go back to Porto.
That's not a bad shout.
Because I swear they're in a bit of a sticky situation, Porto.
I'm not sure.
Sporting Lisbon? One of the two, but...
You think he'll go back to Portugal? That wouldn't be a bad shout, you know, starting back from the bottom again.
See whether he flops or he wins the Champions League with Porto again.
Well, when he did it with Inter Milan, that was impressive.
Porto, bro. How can you win the Champions League with Porto?
That's when he made himself, man. Anyways, we've still got a few other things to talk about, so we will hurry this on. Do you really want to talk about Gucci Mane? I don't really care about Gucci Mane, to be honest. He is one of the most overrated rappers. He is full of shit, if you ask me. All he makes is trap music, and his trap music is so outdated. It's so dated now.
He's a trap god.
I don't rate Gucci Mane personally. I don't think he has any right to talk about Eminem or Jay-Z, or he shouldn't even be included in the conversation of King of Rap. He doesn't come anywhere near it.
That's a joke still.
He was on a Ricky Smiley morning show, and the question of whether Eminem was the greatest rapper came up, and his reaction was, "You gotta come up with a better one. That ain't even worth. Cause I ain't playing him in my car. You playing him in yours?"
I wouldn't rate Eminem as one
I don't
of my
think
favorites.
I don't think I would put him as the greatest rapper. But come on, you can't disrespect like one of the best rappers of modern times.
Yeah, I'd say so. Top 10, top 15.
Kamikaze, listen to this stat. Kamikaze was released and landed number 1 on Billboard 200, moving 434,000 records in the first week. Gucci's latest project, Evil Genius, is currently projected to sell 54,000 to 59,000.
The numbers
Peanuts.
speak, man.
Peanuts. You're not doing shit. Anyway, I'm moving on with Gucci. I don't care about him. Let's come back home, because we always focus on American rap. Yeah, we always talk about the Drakes. We always talk about
Drake's Canadian still.
Oh shit, Rafa.
You had one job, bro. Name one American artist.
Alright, why can I not think of anyone now?
Eminem.
We always talk about the Kanye's. We always talk about. That's what I can think of.
Jay-Z.
But let's bring it back home. Let's talk about some rap, grime, UK music. More specifically to do with beef, which has ignited between Krept, Giggs, and Wiley. Well, it's actually Krept versus Giggs and Wiley. And this all started with an Instagram post. This is why I don't talk about UK rap, because it's just such a pathetic joke. Trust. It's just so petty.
Trust.
Do you know about this?
Kind of. You might have to
Let me break it down for you. This is so corny, fam. This is so like 14-year-olds kind of secondary school beef. This is so next level stuff. So Giggs lashed out on Krept and Conan and called them frauds for glory hunting. So this all started on an Instagram post when Krept spoke about Dig Dat's Air Force remix. So this has been a really big sort of drill song.
Yeah.
And it made it into the top 20 single charts. Krept goes ahead. Krept goes and says, "A fucking drill song just went top 20. This was so important, game changing. This one was for the streets. You can literally make any fucking type of song you want and chart without mainstream radio, TV, etc. They can't control it anymore." Giggs then responded to the comment saying, "Hope you got a permit for all that glory hunting. Pathetic. Go hanging, beep. You both make me sick. Forever talking shit that ain't even facts. Now you're trying to jump on the Utes hype and act like you're responsible as well. Frauds." Listen to this. This is recent news which emerged that the beat for Eminem's Kill Shot
It was meant to be for gigs.
That's
a bit mad. Small world, isn't it?
Wiley then dissed Krept in a video. What the fuck did I write here? Yeah, so Wiley then made a video dissing Krept as well. Where the fuck Wiley came from, I will never know. Wiley just popped out from nowhere. Have you seen the video?
He's a funny guy. No, but I've seen the video where he goes, who's his name? What's his name? Skepta? Was it Dizzy Rascal?
I need to show you this video of Wiley when he comes out with this ridiculous video of dissing Krept. And he's not even involved in this beef. So I don't know why he made this video. It was...
He's just there for the fun.
Watch this. This is just a joke. This is an actual joke. Watch this.
Oh, you didn't say we. And then I picked up bounce. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna interpret that because you're on the song now. Yeah, exactly. No, so when I say we, I'm saying blood to the Like, man's been spitting for how long? What do you want man to do? No, I agree with you. You don't want man to do that. You don't want man to do new sick shit. Like, what is that? What you like? Come on, bro. Fuck off, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people like are like, for relevant. Like, when people say that, I'm like, fuck off, bro. I feel like that's how the universe is. Like, you have to.
Come on, man, Wiley, get to your shit. Oh, here we go.
Wiley's a funny guy.
Watch this.
Nah, what you mean you know Wiley, bro? What?
Listen, watch this.
Krept, it don't matter what you say. He was trying to ride them's wave, I feel like. Whether you done it before, it got big after. You get me? And my last vision of you sounded like Vibes Cartel. Literally. So, trust me, man's got the eye easy. Straight from the chizzy to the izzy. You, man. I don't know, bruv. Write me off if you wanna, bruv.
He's such a cracker.
Right, listen. I got one grey hair.
He's so funny.
One grey hair, you mind him. Identity crisis. Your first album was Drake's. Sound like Vibes Cartel. Now you wanna jump on the Ute Dems ting, abracadabra. Bruv, don't pray for me. It's to check in on me. Are you taking the piss? You've just blatantly tried to act like you took drill to the top 20. You piece of shit. Krept, I know what your third album's gonna sound like. And you ain't even made it yet. You ain't finished it yet or handed it. I don't know, but I know what it's gonna sound like. Yeah? Jammer, man. You gotta get off the fence, man.
And then he goes on to talk about Jammer, fam. This guy's lost the plot. Anyway, let's go back to this topic, because this is the whole issue. The whole issue is that Krept and Conan are jumping on waves, and certain men in the industry, like gigs, don't like it.
So they're being culture vultures. Is that what you're trying
Supposedly. What do you think about this whole culture? What do you think about this whole issue? Is someone allowed, or can someone get away with jumping on a different subcategory, making it mainstream, and then claiming,
I think they're only doing it for their own gain, And
you know what? Krept made a very good point. He went on a podcast. I forgot, Chucky podcast or whatever. Yeah. He went on a podcast and he went on to say, look, man's here making music, and we came from nothing to something. We've been making music for 10 years. We've been evolving sound for 10 years. People have been talking about our music for 10 years. We've been doing this from day one. So the fact that you say that we're jumping on someone's wave, it's like, why do we need to do that? We don't need to do that. We haven't made an album in like 3 years or whatever, and we're still able to sell out Alexandra Palace. They haven't released an album in so long, but they're still able to sell out Alexandra Palace. And the most important point I want to move on to is, why can they not move into other branches of music? Isn't the whole point of a musician is to explore and indulge into different things?
Yeah, but I don't think their intentions were pure in this case. I think they're only doing it for self-gain and to attract the drill fans or whatever. Because they had their own style of rap.
Yeah.
They were like punchline rappers or
Yeah.
whatever. I feel like...
So what's wrong with jumping onto a different strand of rap? Why can you not explore different areas? Why do you have to stay within your own lane?
I feel like there's nothing wrong with jumping on another genre.
Right.
Only if you like make it your own and like dissect certain parts, but have you put your own twist on it. But I think in this case, the intentions are different. Maybe.
So was Giggs right to stick it on them, on the comment? Because the comment says, look, he's happy. He's saying a fucking drill song just went top 20. This was so important, game changing. This one was for the streets. You can literally make any fucking type of a song you want and chart without mainstream radio, TV, etc. They can't control it anymore.
There's nothing wrong with what he said.
There's nothing wrong. I think, but Giggs' response is, hope you got a permit for all that glory hunting. Go hanging, beep. You both make me sick. Forever talking shit that ain't even facts. Now you're trying to jump on the youth's hype and act like you're responsible as well. Well, personally, I don't think that they were trying to hold themselves responsible for it. I think that they were trying to highlight the achievement and, you know, just show that you can with any type of music genre you can make it big.
Only time will tell, you know. If they come out with a drill album,
I don't think they will.
then
but Krept and Kodak have their own sound.
That's what I'm saying.
If there is any artist that has made UK music, that has brought it to where it is today, is Krept and Kodak.
But aren't they known for like being culture vultures and jumping on other?
Well, listen,
waves?
the only thing I'll say is the last album that they released with Jeremiah in it.
Oh yeah, that one
was a little bit pop. There was elements of it which was mainstream music. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that they were it was a record label album.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, I'd say. Mad industry, fam. And I don't rate industry, and that's why I rate Giggs, and I think that's the only point where I'll agree with Giggs. Wherever Giggs says goes, fam. That you don't want to be.
I sense his frustration. And I understand that you're a bit upset with these guys because, you know, you may think that they've betrayed the industry, the game, they've sold themselves out, and they've somehow, you know, semi-sold out UK music as well, because UK music is now mainstream. It's now played in radio. Yeah. You've now got artists like Mostak, J Hus, who, you know, have come into the spotlight, and you know, back in the days how UK music was all, you know, phone-based, MP3 files, sharing YouTube. It's not like that anymore.
2biddy.com.
Yeah.
Do you know about that website?
Of course. Bruv. That was then. That was, you know, in secondary school where you'd share it between your phones and your friends. You go on YouTube. You download the YouTube music on your MP3.
YouTube to MP3 converter.
Yeah.
Oh my days, you're taking me way back, man.
that was UK music back then. I mean, now we find ourselves in a place where record labels, industry, album releases. It's no more mixtapes. No one gives a fuck about mixtapes anymore.
Sad, man.
It's about who can make their biggest hit.
Trust, all about numbers.
So Giggs, yeah, I fully understand a sense of frustration. We're gonna move on to all right, look, I'm gonna move on to the last topic because we've got a couple things to talk about, but obviously I'm time conscious. I'm gonna talk about let's talk about this GoFundMe page that Americans have been donating to. I don't want to talk about Gatwick because a fucking drone has caused Gatwick, second busiest airport, to be locked down. J Hus was sentenced to 8 months in prison for carrying a knife.
Damn, son.
That's crazy. But let's talk about this. So, a GoFundMe page has raised more than $1 million for Trump's border wall. So, you know, when Donald Trump, he was campaigning to be president.
Yeah.
He made one of his biggest campaign promises was that he was going to build a wall on the border of the US-Mexican...
I don't think he understands the concept of ladders. Does he not know that?
No, listen. Fuck that. Fuck all of that ladders talk, yeah. He said to the people very clearly, yo, I'm going to make... No, I can't do that. How do you do the Trump voice?
Nah, he speaks with like a block nose.
I'm going to make sure to build a wall. And I'm going to make sure that the Mexicans pay for it.
Yo, that was mad.
That was bad. Was that bad?
Over dramatized.
So this is what he said. He basically said that he promised to build a wall on the US-Mexican border and that Mexico would pay for it. That's the promise that he made. Now, Trump supporters are volunteering to pay for the wall by setting up a GoFundMe page for the cause. Listen to this. Listen, it gets more ridiculous.
They took our jobs. There's rednecks.
Listen to this. The page aims to raise $1 billion out of the $5 billion. So they need $5 billion to build this wall. The page aims to raise £1 billion. But guess how much it's raised?
How much?
It's only raised $7 million.
That's a lot of money still. Wait,
yeah.
The wall is gonna cost how much?
$5 billion.
Oh my days.
They've only... I mean... In what world did you think you would be able to raise $1 billion on a GoFundMe page?
Are they trying to do is it a GoFundMe
GoFundMe page, my guy? How can you not find this entertaining, bro?
That is a joke.
Yo, this is a trending entertainment show.
I thought it'd be like
but this shit is entertaining.
I thought it'd be like an official government petition.
No, people have
GoFundMe.
They've realized that Trump can't get Mexico to pay for the wall, despite him saying, "I'm gonna make Mexico pay for the wall." And now they've used their own initiative to start their own GoFundMe page and try and raise $1 billion out of the $5 billion.
Wait, Trump scrapped that whole idea. These men are still forcing it.
No, Trump wants to build this wall.
He still wants to build it.
He's asking the government to give him $5 billion so that he can build this wall. Taxpayers' money to build this wall.
He can like distribute that $5 billion into
so many other things.
That's a joke, man.
Listen to this.
America's a fake place.
Listen. The government.
I've said this a million times.
The government have said no to him. So the opposition have said, no, we're not going to give you the $5 billion. Fuck that shit. You want to build a wall?
Not.
Take it out of your own fucking pocket. Trump has now shut down the government.
Shut down? What do you mean by shut down?
The government's in shutdown now.
The Mexican government?
No, the US government. Because Trump's not getting his money, he shut down the government.
What do you mean by shut down?
As in...
Just close the doors to the White House.
You can shut down the government. As a president, you can shut it down. Do you know what that means? If you shut down the government, that means that departments like Homeland Security, Transportation, Agriculture, State and Justice will close down.
Until he gets that $5 billion?
Yes. Until it gets resolved.
So this guy's basically having a grown man tantrum.
Certain men like ISIS are going to be laughing right now.
That's a joke.
They're going to be rubbing their hands thinking, yo, when's the next attack lined up?
That's a joke, man. I cannot believe that.
Bruv, like, I'm sorry, like, I watch movies.
Did you lock the doors, by the way? Sorry.
I watch movies and shit.
Some creep just walked past.
Yeah, no, I saw that still. But you could not write this, fam. You can't write this. This is a joke. What is America?
Bro, I'm telling you, it doesn't exist. It's not a real place.
Hundreds of thousands of federal employees will have to work unpaid. Imagine your employer turning around and say, yo, we can't pay you. The government's in shutdown. The fuck?
Yeah. Wait, won't they lose money?
Of course.
By shutting down the government?
Yes. Of course they're going to lose money. The country's going to lose millions of dollars.
Way more than $5 billion. They'll lose way more than $5 billion. I don't think
they'll lose a bit.
Sure.
I don't know, actually. I don't know the facts and figures, but I know that the country's going to be a mess now. And the stocks, basically the American stock, the economy has gone down. It's gone down to the lowest level it has in 10 years.
So he's actually taking this wall thing seriously now.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
But I don't think he understands that they're not going to give him the money to build the wall. So why are you forcing the sale, my guy?
Wait. How would shutting down the U.S. government affect Mexico?
No, it wouldn't. Mexico are laughing right now.
So why did... I don't understand.
Basically, Trump's upset that the government are not giving him money. So he's saying, all right, cool, you man not going to give me the cash? Cool, I'm shutting down the government. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? And by shutting down the government, he's going to affect his own country. And he's not going to reopen it until it gets resolved.
So he's
affecting his own country. He's destroying his own country.
Yo. What is life?
Big man thinks what is life. I swear to God, when I read this, I was like, what the fuck? Like, am I dreaming right now? I swear to God, shit like this.
You know what this sounds
it's
like,
mad
fam?
fake. Go on.
This sounds like a South Park episode or something.
Hello, that's
Bro.
what I said. This you can't write this.
This is a joke.
Bro, you can't write shit like this.
I can't believe it, man. I can't believe my ears.
God knows what's gonna happen in America and like in the next week or whatever. But this is worse than Brexit, in my opinion. Brexit's a fucking joke.
Brexit is calm, fam.
Brexit's a joke, yeah. But this, yeah, you're shutting down the government because people aren't giving you money to build a wall that you promised the American people Mexico would pay for.
No, that is...
And now your own people are trying to raise money for it. And they're so delusional, they think they're going to raise $1 billion. Never mind 5. They think they're going to raise $1 billion. And they've only managed to raise 7 million. Do you know how many millions you need to make $1 billion? I think it's about 100. No,
that'd be 100 million.
Okay.
Yo, what's wrong with you?
1,000 then, is it 1,000?
Wait, what was the maths equation?
How many millions to make $1 billion?
How many million to make $1 billion? Whoa, my mind just went. How many million fit into 1 billion? That's the question you're asking.
Bro, don't do this to me, fam. We're going on to the 2 hour stage. Like, they can't work out this kind of shit.
1,000 million?
Shall I Google it? Let me Google it. How many millions do you need?
But 1,000 million will be $1 billion.
No, it won't.
I don't know, man.
How many millions in $1 billion? Here we go. You ready?
1,000.
1,000. It is 1,000, yeah.
Wow, I'm so stupid. So are you, bro?
Yeah, I know. Trust. They've only managed to raise 7 million and they need 1,000 for $1 billion.
Yeah, that's not doable still.
Do you know what I was thinking today earlier? I was thinking, why don't I set up one of these GoFundMe pages like, yo, I'm trying to raise money for a wall and just take that money for myself?
You could easily do that.
No one's going to say shit to me.
Do you need any, proof to back it up?
I don't know. But it sounds like a good idea, innit?
You could get... I think people have gotten away with...
I'll lie. I will lie to people like that and I'll take their money, you know? I'll be more than happy to do that.
Yeah,
because those are the type of people who are bigots, racists, and borderline...
I don't mind taking their money, you know?
Fucking spastic.
Oh, my days. There's no backing those man there.
Huh?
There's no backing those man there.
100% not. So, yeah. I might do that. I'm still thinking about a way of... I might even do that in this country.
Alright, let me know how it goes.
Set up a GoFundMe page to get rid of Islam.
Yo, but if they find out...
I don't care.
Just reinvest
Bruv,
into Islam.
If they give me £1 million,
build a mosque, fam, to piss down.
Yes. Oh. Right in the middle of Luton.
There you go, mate.
Right in front of Tommy Robinson's house.
The most prestigious, most luxurious.
Oh, bro, you know what? I'm actually gonna look into this.
Knock down a couple pubs. Build them.
Bro, I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna look into this. Or I might just take the money and just stunt. Thanks for the money, guys. I've just bought myself a nice
villa in Ibiza.
Not even. Wow, mine's gone blank. I think it's that time where we just need to conclude. I was gonna say
this is
a Lamborghini Aventador. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on the Tomato Podcast, episode 18. Damn, son.
Boom.
We're getting close to that 20 mark. 25. 25 was the next milestone.
Beautiful.
So
lovely jubbly.
Time's flying by.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Love you.
Guys, just before you go, if you could go on to our SoundCloud and leave us a follow, that'd be great. It doesn't cost you anything. We ain't gonna charge you. We're not gonna sign you up to any monthly direct debit. It's a simple follow.
Yeah.
That will give us, a bit of support, bit of moral support.
That's it, mate. Have a heart,
Have a heart.
You don't have to, but
Well,
if you really want to, then...
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're a real triple OG, do your thing. You can also head over to our YouTube. We got a YouTube channel, and we haven't got any video on it yet, but we've been told by the producers and the directors of this show that if we get 100,000 subscribers, then they're going to be investing in all of the latest video kit.
That's right.
In order to make this show live.
And then you can see our beautiful faces too, man. Oh.
Well, if you don't want to see my face, I'll wear a mask. I don't mind, So, listen. Do you know what I mean? Hook a brother up. Give us a nice little subscribe on YouTube if you want to see some live video in the future.
What about the social media, mate?
Oh.
About that?
Thanks for reminding me, bro. Almost slipped my mind. Damn, what am I going to do without you, man?
I don't know, mate.
Do you wanna do the honors or should I?
I think you should still, because I don't even know the name.
I know. Ladies and gentlemen, you can also connect with us on Instagram and on Twitter. We're spoiling. We're giving you 2, not just 1, 2. At Podcast Tomato. That's at Podcast Tomato and hashtag TTPod to be in contact with us. We got some banging pictures on our Instagram feed. Is looking wavy. Have you seen our Instagram feed?
Yeah, I had the peak.
Let me show you our Instagram
feed. The
feed.
whole black and white.
Yo, fam, I'm telling you, I've got creative with this shit, man. Look at this. Ready? Boom.
That is so aesthetically pleasing.
It's wavy.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's wavy, right?
Good on you, son.
Give us a nice little follow, and also on Twitter as well. Try to be active on Twitter and that. But thank you very much for joining us on this journey. It's almost the end of the year. We'll be back on Wednesday to give you, you'll hear it on Thursday. But yes, we'll be back to give you a summary of the end of the year. That made no sense. Mad waffle. Cool. Do you want to say anything else before we disappear?
I thought we just lock it off,
Don't know. Straight up.
It's dragging, innit?
Boom. Mic drop.
Ta-ra.